There are only 4 kinds of people in the world: those who have been caregivers, those who are currently caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who will need a caregiver. Rosalind Carter. We celebrate caregivers. We listen to and learn from caregivers. We champion the caregivers and offer wisdom and guidance in our new podcast, Care to Listen. We hope you will. Today's episode, Awareness and Attention, read by caregiver Sabra Townsend.
Hi, my name is Sabra. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm a caregiver to a young adult on the autism spectrum. I always have to pay attention to the things that he does and says. And I'd like to have a conversation today about caregiving, awareness, and attention. The school teacher taps a ruler. The coach blows a whistle. The daycare teacher claps hands loudly. Each action is designed to get our attention. As caregivers, we notice. We notice because we have to. When it comes to caregiving, the beloved one in our care already has our attention. We notice the details, the changes, the progress. As Simone Weil states, love's first step is attention. We know every crease and every crinkle of a smile or a frown, every peculiar movement done when one is nervous, the physical changes that come before anger or sadness. We know each of these because we spend our hours and our days watching over and watching out for the ones we love. Attention and awareness to the caregiver is on 3 levels. We pay attention to the beloved in our care, we pay attention to ourselves, and we pay attention to the community in which we live. We notice and take notes. Why, when on the day of a medical appointment, does our loved one stall and take longer than usual to eat, dress, and get ready? When she rubs her thumbs on her finger, it's a sign that she is anxious about something, and I need to talk with her, find out what has her so nervous, and then seek to calm her. A caregiver's knowledge of the beloved in one's care helps them to be ready for the possibility of the unexpected. Based on knowing the triggers and the traps, a caregiver can be ready to respond quickly. In combination with observation or written records and notes, these are valuable when keeping providers and specialists informed. The first commandment of caregivers is to guard and defend the dignity of the ones we love. With that in mind, there are times it is wise to email the observations to a provider or a specialist before an appointment. This action informs the provider and guards the dignity of the individual in our care. Often, people become upset when they feel like they're being talked about by a medical provider. A caregiver's job is to make people aware of the reality and the presence of the beloved in our care. Far too often, and for far too long, people with disabilities, individuals on the spectrum, people living with dementia are often ignored or quickly labeled and filed away. Both actions lessen the individual and are dehumanizing. We have to make others aware by educating and advocating. We must confront misplaced labels and misunderstandings. Along with paying attention to our loved ones, caregivers must pay attention to ourselves. Make time and make it a point to check in on you. Keep a journal. Write down fears and struggles, hopes and successes, as these actions are helpful both in the immediate and in the long term to look back on and recall and learn. Take a breath. Check in on how you're feeling. Are you anxious, angry, scared, or proud? Do you have someone, a partner, a fellow caregiver, a friend with whom you can converse? Someone who's aware of you, someone who reads your signals of anxiety or frustration. Lastly, we must train ourselves to pay attention to the community in which we live and to notice what works and what needs improvement. Community mapping is a useful skill. It gains an understanding of your community and a way to get a lay of the land. Along with knowing the where, it is also learning the what and the who. What are the policies of the school? Where do I park for this appointment? Who are my elected officials? Who are my state reps or state senators? Where do I go to obtain a particular resource? In my community, are there buildings accessible? Can I travel safely and easily on the sidewalks and streets? What are the events in my community that would be of interest to the loved one in my care? Who is in charge? We marvel at the mindfulness of a musician. We're amazed at the attention to detail of a world-class athlete. Caregivers have the same skill set. Though we may not perform on stage or play a sport, our work is just as impressive. A caregiver knows, grows, and shows. A caregiver grows with the person in one's care, together learning and together becoming. A caregiver shows and shares the wisdom of the lessons learned. Caregivers support one another. Our schedules are full. We still pay attention and are always aware. The quality of one's life depends on the quality of one's attention to the beloved in our care, to ourselves, and to the communities where we live and grow.
Thank you for joining Care to Listen. Care to Listen was written by Sally Jo Snyder. Each episode is narrated by a unique caregiver. Developed resources reported in this podcast are supported by the National Library of Medicine, National Institutes of Health, under Cooperative Agreement Number UG4-LM0-12342 with the University of Pittsburgh Health Sciences Library System. The content is solely the responsibility of the authors and does not necessarily represent the official views of the National Institute of Health.